esports boxing stuff. But we're over to the fight right now. We are back at heavyweight. Looks like some different picks coming out this time though, Crooks.
Yeah, looks like a Mike Tyson versus another Kobe Nichols pick. I mean, Kobe Nichols must be a pretty popular fighter over here in Fight Night Champions for him to be used back-to-back against monsters like Isaac Frost and Mike Tyson. So we're gonna see if the outcome is the same as the last fight. Hopefully it goes a little bit longer than the last fight, but we're gonna see.
Yep, we will see indeed. Zipping over to New York Arena. That's kind of a generic, is it? It seems like a generic name. I'm saying just New York Arena. Okay, wherever we are, right? So obviously we do have the well, the reach is pretty similar in this one. There will be a height advantage in the corner of Zelda here. I believe it was Fight Night that picked up Tyson, Fight Night's Finest, but we will see at the start of the contest. Specifically, though, in terms of strategy, Crooks, anything to point out in this one? You got to keep the distance on Tyson. You're going to assume that the bodywork is going to come out.
Yeah, you got to be careful of Mike Tyson's power punches and his bobbing and weaving as well. He's super powerful in this game, but he does not have the best cardio. If you guys were able to watch Mike Tyson or have watched Mike Tyson's fights in real life, he tends to fade the longer the fight goes on. So if I'm Kobe Nichols, I'm trying to wade the water, trying to withstand the power shots I know that are coming in the first 2 to 3 rounds, and just trying to maybe get him out of there later on in the fight. But it's going to be a tough task for Kobe, but we're going to see if he's able to get it done.
We will indeed. All right. It's nice to call some different action here tonight, guys. We are obviously hoping to do more boxing as we move towards ESBC at some point in the not too distant future. If you managed to catch the start of the stream today, it was a little special little ESBC-like boxing intro for you lovely people that were fortunate enough to see it. But again, yeah, Kobe Nichols we're seeing a couple of times tonight. I don't know if these fights will be at heavyweight. I don't have the weight class listed. We do have Pryoxis taking on EK Spider coming up tonight, as well as Malky Pablo, one of the goats of the Fight Night community, taking on a UFC goat here in Suave Jamie. So those are all coming up tonight as well. Lots of good fights. So it is Fight Night Finest with the Tyson pick, Zelda random with the Nichols pick. A lot slower pace already to start with, just pouring away with the jab. Flinging out that lead hook to the body there was Finest as well. Now going with that lead uppercut. Lots of nice work. Orthodox v Orthodox. The lead hand's very, very nice. In close, in tight range with the jabs as well. You got all sorts of options. Pulling back. Not too far. Open up to the body hooks. They trade there. Right hands. Good work. Very patient approach so far though, Crooks.
Yeah, I like how Finest is really just taking his time. He knows Mike Tyson doesn't have the best cardio, so he's really just trying to pick his shots here, trying to see what Zelda is going to give him for an opening. He's doing a good job of not overcommitting on shots. Zelda's doing a good job of moving his head. But Mike Tyson ripping to that body is going to be really, really brutal. You don't want to take too many from him.
The rear uppercut right to the body. Nice job countering the jab, though, with the straight right over the top of it. That was nice work. Zelda definitely using that head movement, moving the trunk. That's going to open up the body shots, though. Losing that Mike Tyson shuffle there as well to close the distance. Fight Night not letting anything go. He does there. Set up beautifully with the jab. Range found it and perfectly executed. Rear uppercut to the body one more time right there. Trying to fire back is Zelda with the uppercut of his own, trying to deter that body work.
Yeah, and I like how Zelda is not letting Finest really trap him in a corner. He's doing a good job of not letting Mike Tyson really cage cut him and keep him in front of him. He's moving side to side laterally very, very well. He's not overcommitting and leaving himself open for too many shots. But at some point, Finest is going to need to try to press and try to get those body shots in.
Yeah, it's a tough test, you know, to answer the call to defend the body. But there it is. It came back up top as well nicely. 3-4 piece combination there. Level changing high-low with each shot. Ooh, tried to fire double shots to the body again there with the rear uppercut lead hook, but didn't land. Zelda trying to stay composed against the cage right here. You mentioned the stamina. Let's see if Fight Night's Finest will drain a little over time through these rounds. 10 seconds left. Giving up that first round to Zelda, but it's a first round where he didn't take too much damage. Nice weave on the outside, got under the hook there, but caught with the uppercut as he came back through. Good opening round, Chris.
Yeah, it was a really slower pace first round, but a good round by both men. But I'm really impressed with how Zelda is bobbing and weaving these shots from Mike Tyson. He's responding when Finest decides to rip to that body with the uppercut. He's landing a few good shots of his own, but not overcommitting to where he can be countered by something big. So we're gonna see the way how Finest responds to this game plan from Zelda.
You are losing this fight. You need to throw and land a big
down one round. These fights are all 10 rounds tonight up until the main event. It's going to go 12 if they get there. That's the first time we've been past the first round so far. In 2 fights, was it 1 fight? Have we had 2? We've had 1. Blimey.
This is the second one.
Yeah, time is moving slowly. All right, this is the start of the second. Let's see if there's any switch up of the game plan from Zelda, who works now to jab the body. I like that, nice and fast. Got to be careful of those uppercuts. Pulling out of range there as well. Good trunk movement again. Get the head off the center line. Nice work. Really trying to weave under those hooks, but they're not coming out too much. Fight Night now committing to the jab. Probably going to use that to set up that body shot again, you would think. This time went up high with the uppercut, came over with the lead overhand. Just out of range, though. Both men pouring jab, lead hook to the body. Just out of range of that straight on the counter there as well. Nice work. Good stuff from Zelda so far in this one, Crooks.
Yeah, Zelda is doing a very, very good job here. He's fighting Mike Tyson the way that you need to fight Mike Tyson if you don't have somebody that has very, very good power. He's moving his head very well. He's moving laterally. He's not staying in the same spot, trying to exchange with Mike Tyson for too long. He's getting his shots, and then he's moving out of the way and moving at a distance where Finest can't really hit him. But you see Finest is trying to press the pace just a little bit here. He's starting to open up just a little bit more to the head as well as the body. So we see these guys making the adjustments. It's going to be about who makes the right adjustment at the right time.
Yeah, that body jab working nicely for Zelda in this one. He's popped him a few times with it just to let him know, just to stick him with it. Again, it's 10 rounds. Zelda obviously in no hurry to win the opening couple. You know, he can really start to turn it on after the 4th if he needs to. Double uppercuts right there, in close from Finest, up the middle through the guard. Big whiff on the right hand there to the body, but no follow-up from Finest. Just pouring with the double jab, tries to stalk to close that distance. Again, not many body shots from Finest in this round so far. Was really committing to the big uppercut to the body, and there trying to work. Yeah, snuck it in that time. After Zelda used some good head movement, fired back a few counter shots, but that rear uppercut to the body lands one more time there.
Yeah, and I like how Finest is starting to go back down to the body. I think it would serve him very, very well to continue to go to that body because Zelda is pulling a lot more than he's moving, bobbing and weaving. So that body is open to those body shots, but he needs to be careful not to get hit with an uppercut as round 2 ends.
You're letting this guy get away. Come on.
All right, good second round. Now we're seeing some boxing, Crooks. Now we're seing some boxing, you know. This is different from the MMA guys at the start. It's just, you know, let's go for the kill. That's how we roll. Well, although if it's slick, you know, we can't really expect anything less. That's just kind of how he fights, you know. So,
yeah.
But I'm loving the patience, making reads, some adjustments now. So we saw lead jab, the body work in that round from Zelda. Fight Night had a little bit more difficulty trapping him in the ropes as easily as he did in the first, and didn't really commit on as many strikes as he did. He actually ending this round here on 97% stamina, exactly what he ended the last round on as well. So put out enough output to stay in that fight, but also not to burn out any more stamina as we move for these later rounds. What do you think of that as a strategy there?
Yeah, I think it's a very, very smart strategy. I think he's trying to save his stamina for the later rounds so that way he can do more damage, but he's also doing a good job of ripping that body of Zelda. That might pay dividends here later in these rounds.
Another rear uppercut to the body and a lead one there as well. Just loop that one in. Have to go for the right hook. Out of range, check that body shot though as he backs him into the cage one more time. Ready to peek up. Ooh, there we go. Rear uppercut, lead hook to the body. Tried to come back with the right hand, doesn't land, but that lead one did. Now it's head to head. Another rear uppercut. Nice work here. No answer for this positioning against the cage, really ripping into the body now.
Yeah, and you see, this is what Finest wants to do. He wants to put Zelda in that corner, and Zelda is backing up. He was doing a good job of the first 2 rounds, getting out of their mover laterally, but he's eating a lot of body shots now. This is not where you want to be against a Mike Tyson player here, babe.
Wow, where's his uppercuts? He's not thrown one yet. Still going for that head movement, which is all fine and dandy, but you're not going to slip shots to the body, and that seems to be the majority of the problem right now for Zelda. Batted that one away, but now changing back up top is Finest, who's just saying super composed behind that super high guard as well. Tries to land the straight right. That one just falling short there. Lead hook to the body, doesn't land, gets countered with another shot to the body there. Double right hands, a third one coming in. Big whiff, went up top with the uppercut there, but just out of range. Zelda trying to fire back, but he's almost retreating into this corner. That was a nice counter right shot on the inside there though.
Yeah, and as you can see, Zelda is starting to feel the pressure. Finest is doing a better job of cutting him off, keeping him in that corner. Here we are back in the corner. He's getting those body hooks and body uppercuts ripped into his body. Finest really has decided his game plan is going to be going to the body heavy and going up to the head later on in the rounds. and it's killing Zelda right now. He needs to do something as he gets himself out of that corner.
Is there a reason he's not throwing the uppercut? Is it because it's quite easy to slip the uppercut in this game? He doesn't want to get hit with a big like counter right hand off a slipped uppercut.
Yeah, maybe I'm not too sure. That would be combating the body shots would be the uppercut, but I'm not really too sure why he's not deciding to rip the uppercut, because Finest really isn't moving too much to where he could counter with something big, but maybe that's an adjustment later on in the later rounds that Zelda is going to try to make.
He has a cut under the right eye right there of Zelda now as well, so Cutman going to have to work on that one. I believe that does increase the damage to shots on that side of the body, if my memory recalls or serves well.
Yeah, it does.
Me too, remember that. And we see 10% now loss in the stamina there, so 10-8 round there they gave for Tyson in that second round, which actually is kind of interesting because I feel like that was his worst round there. That was kind of strange, but okay. Finest up 3 rounds and 1 round being a 10-8. So let's see if there's a little more activity from Zelda in this one. Gonna have to throw back. Finest is losing a little bit of that gas tank. 4 rounds in, still has 87% of it left though, so in no immediate danger. It's gonna be up to Zelda to either make him work or work that body himself. Ooh.
Yeah, and he's doing a better job of working the body as well. He's getting out of the corner. He's not letting Finest trap him in that corner. He's working the body with the nice body jabs right there. Goes a 3-piece to the body actually with body jabs.
He needs to put something behind it, right, Crooks, right? Like the body jab's all good, especially even if you're going to touch a couple of times, but touch, go. You got to let these hands go. You got to throw combinations, and that's also another way he's losing this fight. It's always one shot. You know, a counter shot return with the jab. There's other options in there.
Yeah, that is true. But as you can see, what he's doing is by touching that body, is he is draining the cardio of Finest. It was at 80%, 87% at the beginning of this round. So we're going to see how far it drains down in between rounds here.
A little 3-piece coming out there for Zelda. 2-1-1. I like that. He's starting to warm up into it though. You can tell Zelda definitely playing a safe game plan, only really throwing when he feels safe enough to do so. The problem is he is back here against the cage again. Eats another straight right to the body, gives one back though. Finest takes it, and there's another rear uppercut again and again and again. He's been landing that. Try to return there. There's an uppercut right up the middle for Zelda. He took that one on the chin. And Finest now back to this patient stalking approach. Jab 2 to the body there. Nice work. Comes back with the rear uppercut. Then 1-2 and to the body. That's good work from Finest.
Yeah, and what I'm liking what I see out of Zelda is that he is starting to pop that uppercut as Finest is overcommitting to the body shots now. He's draining the stamina by going to the body himself. He needs to get out of this corner though. That's not what you want to do with Mike Tyson.
All right, well, we just saw the 4th round, I believe. Fight now Zelda has lost every single round. There are 6 rounds left though, so he can turn it around. It is 10-8 though, so if he does win, sorry, it's 5 rounds left. Sorry, so if he does win all 5 rounds here, it will be a draw. So he has to do something. He has to get a 10-8. He has to knock him out. Otherwise, he has lost this fight. So the onus is on Zelda to find something. Very little stamina loss from Finest in that round. Another round he controlled well. I don't know, man. What would you do in there?
If it was me, I'd start trying to find openings to try to get Mike Tyson out of there, but that's a tough task, especially with Mike Tyson's stats in this game. But it's not impossible to do. It's very, very possible, but he needs to catch Finest making a mistake, maybe with that uppercut as he's going down for a body shot.
Yeah, Zelda seems to be in no hurry again at the start of this round to even outland a power puncher, which you know is something that's quite fundamental. You know, if someone has the power advantage, especially in a video game sense, you want to outland them because, well, you know, if they land 10 punches and you land 10 punches, they're going to have done more damage because they have a power advantage. You have to outland them if you want to hope to stop them, which is something Zelda's going to have to do.
Yeah, it really is, and it doesn't look like he's in any rush to do it. Maybe he has some kind of knowledge or some kind of read that we don't have, because he is just staying as patient as possible. But Finest is doing a good job of pressing the pace again. He's making Zelda retreat, use that lateral movement, not throwing too much output to drain that stamina of Mike Tyson. Good body shot right there. Nice good slip off by Zelda right there, though. And Zelda is starting to open up a little bit more, but Finest is doing good work as well.
He might have just supreme confidence in his counter punching to know that he's going to get enough damage off from there. Doesn't want to risk himself. I mean, it's his game plan. There's going to be a bunch of ways he wants to play this, but he's not going to win a decision at this rate. Another shot to the body there. That one is blocked, but there's a nice sneaky return. Switch southpaw right now as well. Let's see if that opens anything up. There's a straight left to the body as a result, but it's going to make that rear uppercut an even bigger target right there. And you saw it fold right underneath that left elbow. Another time, another shot there as well. Same one again from Finest. Rip the body with the left hook and then the right.
Yeah, Zelda either needs to commit to strikes. He needs to commit and then start moving laterally out of the way of Mike Tyson. He starts exchanging and then he backs himself into the ropes and then gets caught there and gets ripped with like 3 or 4 body shots. So he needs to do a better job of punching, sticking and moving, as they would call it in boxing.
All right, well, Finest is now up 5 rounds in this one. Still doing a good job maintaining that stamina around 80%. Very impressed with Finest so far.
Yeah, he really did. He didn't lose any stamina from the last round. It was at 87% at the end of last round, and it's at 87 again at the end of this round, and he has no damage done to him. So Zelda needs to do a better job of putting together combinations and putting together strikes to try to get damage on Finest if he wants to win this fight.
Yep. Yeah, it's only a couple of rounds left to do it now. Did do a good job slipping off the center line, landing a straight right, but that was probably his biggest punch of that whole round. And he's going to need more than one of them. Let's see if he goes back to this body touching with this jab, or if he does try and set things up. Finest getting things a little loose here to start this round. Looks like he's trying to get the power shots going. A little strange tactic from Finest in a fight that he's winning. I mean, he can literally just take all of these rounds off and win this fight right now, but he's still content to push forward using the double jab, trying to break through the guard. Big leaping left hook. Lead uppercut out of range, as is the follow-up right hand. Those were blocked nicely. Zelda keeping the defenses high. Check that one as well. Nice job. Tries to return to the body. Ooh, and that rear uppercut again, but he comes over the top of the left hook. Nice job. And right hand right there. Now landing on Finest as he keeps his head out there. Finding some shots, Crooks.
Yeah, and Finest is doing exactly what he's been doing in the last round. Look at where Zelda is at. He's stuck up against the cage. He needs to circle out to that right side. Good slip off, but he didn't counter it right there. Finest is really dictating the way that this fight is going. He's pressing the pace. Zelda can do nothing but weave. He's not really trying to land any counter shots. He needs to try to respond with something to gain that respect out of Finest.
Yeah, I'm still so surprised he's not really thrown any uppercuts despite all this body work that's come out. It's been slipping off and pitching the right hand over the top or straight, and he's really hunting for that now. It must be something that he loves to do, but Finest is just free to tee off here. He's doing a head, body, lead hook to the head, rear uppercut to the body. There's another one, came back with the lead hook to the body again here. Beautiful combination. Again, down with the right hook to the body. Nice lateral movement there, sidestepped off the center line, but yeah, Zelda's still just covering, still just waiting for his moment.
Yeah, and it's not working out for him too well. He's getting his body ripped up. He's back in that corner just bobbing and weaving, trying to avoid the shots. But Finest is putting the pressure on him. But maybe he's doing a little bit of rope-a-dope and trying to get Finest to blow out his stamina, then trying to land that uppercut. But it doesn't look like Finest is really in any rush to try to get Zelda out of here. Good uppercut, gobbles him right there.
Oh, he's unloaded. Oh, another uppercut. I mean, that's such a tough situation to be in. I don't feel like you're going to get out of there scot-free after taking a rock. A flurry of punches, a rear uppercut makes its way through, as does the left hook on the way down. And Zelda gets dropped for the first time here in the 6th round, I believe.
Yeah, he caught him with a clean rear uppercut that just absolutely floored him. And got that knockdown. Beautiful stuff.
It's a big uppercut. All right, well, if Zelda didn't think he was in a fight, he knows he's in one now. The activity and output has been low. He's been really looking for the counter shot with the right hand. Now been dropped in a fight that he was already losing and hasn't made any adjustments so far other than to try and hunt a little harder for the big knockout punch or something that's going to change the course of this fight.
Good? You all right?
Finest stamina has just fallen below 80% here. But we're over the halfway point now, so you've got to think if he's going to lose about another 20% max with this current output, he should be okay.
Yeah, Finest is looking really, really good right now. He's not wasting too much stamina, but what he did lose in stamina, he traded for in damage. So Zelda really needs to come out. He needs to make those adjustments. This is where fights are won and lost, is the in-fight adjustments. You can have a game plan, coming into the fight, but if it doesn't go according to plan, how well do you adjust in fight is what we're going to see Zelda try to do here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just confused about what the game plan was, unless it was to really, really look for the counter shot late, because Finest is not striking me as a sort of player, or he hasn't played like the sort of player that is going to be reckless and burn that stamina. He's done a really good job managing it throughout this contest. And that just leaves Zelda to think, you know, what am I going to look for here? What's my counter shot? Nice sit, rip, roll under, big left hook to the body. But Finest is going to find a shot for that right hand as well if he stays southpaw. And hopefully he can try and find this shot he's looking for here. Nice pull on the uppercut right there, but gets tagged by that right hook. And then the left one again to the body here. Stiff jab, nothing doing. Still all this pressure from Finest.
Yeah, and I like how calculated Finest is. He's not just winging combinations. Even when he had Zelda hurt in the last round, he was calculated. He knew when to flurry. He knew that Zelda was up in that corner and just was able to get that knockdown. But I like how he's not overcommitting. He's not blowing out too much of his stamina, but he is staying aggressive. So going into ESBC, or even if you guys are competing on the Fight Night Champions cards, this is how you pressure in a boxing game. You do not need to unload with combinations. You just pick your shots like Finest is doing here and watch your stamina output.
Yeah, Zelda going toe-to-toe right here. Still not really throwing much, trying to pull with the jab to the body. Throws a straight left that time out of range. Finest overextending, but definitely not putting himself in any kind of vulnerability position. Just content to just keep winning this round like he's won every single other one. Ooh.
Yeah, and Zelda's not really giving Finest really anything of concern. He's not throwing a lot of strikes. He's going with those jabs to the body, but it's not really paying dividends for him here in this fight. He's not going to be able to gas out Finest with the way that Finest is staying calculated here in this fight, babe.
Yep. And now just backing up because he knows he's won the round. This is what I mean. I'm just like, what is Zelda's? I get this being a game plan for 4 rounds, but if it's not going your way at that point, I mean, it's simple mathematics, right? But it's too late now. Regardless, Zelda has to find that shot that he's been looking for the whole fight.
Yeah, and you see Finest's stamina actually recovered back up to 81%. He was at 77% at the beginning of last round. It went back up to 81%, which means that Zelda did hardly any damage at all. He took shots but didn't land shots up against Finest, and I think it's going to be very, very tough for him to get for Zelda to get Finest out of here, if I'm being honest.
He didn't really throw either. I mean, again, he's got 2 10-8 rounds so far. Number 2 and number 6. We'll keep moving here. Only 2 rounds left now, or 3, I suppose. Ooh.
And I like how aggressive Finest is staying with that body work. He's ripping those body hooks and body uppercuts. He's not overcommitting to the head because he knows Zelda is trying to bob and weave and pull some of those strikes. So he's mixing in good, nice head body combinations. He's not being too predictable with his strikes. But here we go. Zelda is trying to respond, but it might be a little bit too late.
Yeah, he landed that uppercut off a left hook. That was nice. And on the straight right there as well. Finest now really just turning up the volume, turning up the pressure, trying to get him out of there because, like you said, he's now recovering stamina. You know, he's in control of the fight and he's at the point where he's actually getting stamina back. So he can afford to let go with only a couple of rounds left. And there's the right hook to the body again. The same shot he's been finding all fight, that and the rear uppercut. And then came back with a liver shot as well. Look at that. Sits him down. I don't know if he's getting up from this, Crooks.
Yeah, it might be. It looks like he actually is going to be able to get up with the 5 count, but that body is in deep trouble. And we know Finest is a finisher. He's been trying to get him out of here this entire fight. So we know he's going to get him in that corner and go back down to the body like he does right here.
Yeah, and it's still Zelda shelling, not trying to throw any return offense to keep him off him. I know that Finest is a little bit wary, a little bit hesitant still, but when your opponent's not even throwing punches back, Crooks, you know, you haven't got too much to worry about.
Yeah, you really don't. And that's what we're seeing here with Finest. Look, he's ripping to that body. He's going back up to the head. Left hook to the body twice right there. Hits him with another beautiful body shot and knocks him down again. This might be it, man.
Man, I mean, he tagged him with that good and proper right in the solar plexus. Down he goes one more time. And yeah, unfortunately for Zelda, it seemed like he had a game plan to, you know, play Matador to the bull tonight, but the bull came correct and got it to work. Good job getting back to the feet, though. He stays up.
Yeah, he's able to get back up. Here we go. But Finest is on the hunt. He smells blood. He knows that body is hurt, so he's going to continue to try to rip to it. And this, look, Zelda's putting himself right back in that corner, getting hit with those body uppercuts and body hooks. It's not looking too good.
Yep, just sliding backwards still, getting walked all over the ring, excuse me. I almost said octagon. And there we go into the ninth. Man, this is just Finest's fight all day. He said before this one, I would like to be a high-level player who can compete competitively and teach others like I do on Fight Night Champion. I don't know anything about the person I'm fighting, so I'm just going to do my best. Nothing more, nothing less. Fine words from Fight Night's Finest there.
Yeah, I mean, and what a clinic he is putting on how to play Fight Night. I mean, he's being calculated, but he's being aggressive. He's working the body. He's not just head hunting with Mike Tyson like we would see a lot of players in Fight Night Champion do. I mean, this guy is putting on an absolute beautiful performance. And if you guys are looking to get into Fight Night Champion, this would be a fight that you would want to watch if you're trying to employ an elite game plan.
Yeah. And here he is again, walking him down, just popping him with the jab now. It's just going straight down the middle of the guard. Hands are low for Finest. And again, there's the rear uppercut. Timed it twice there nicely and slipping through the right hand there. Oh! Trying to roll through, even. Gets caught though, trying to throw the left hand that time. And another body shot there from the right hand. Starting to follow up with another one. Lead uppercut straight right one more time. And another one. Starting to accumulate now. Oh! Oh!
Yeah, the damage is starting to wear on Zelda here. He's just shelling up. He's not putting himself in the corner, but he is eating massive shots. There's another body hook, another one, and Finest is just ripping it like it's a punching bag right now.
Ooh, pulled that one with the straight right. But he's not really done that much damage. I mean, this is kind of the output he needed going into like the 5th round, you know? This many counter shots, if this was it, but it might be a little too late. We don't know, though. We don't know. Maybe Zelda has a game plan to really time a big right hand. Put Finest out of there. Oh, no, another lead uppercut, a big straight right. Oh, dear God. The poor man. Also, I don't like boxing. Oh my God.
That was nasty. That right hand just absolutely probably put Zelda's lights out here. We're going to see if he's able to recover, but I don't expect him to get up from this one.
People from the Twitch chat are now spamming this man. And that is it. The fight is done. Easy work tonight for Fight Night's Finest, proving he's as good as his name tonight, Chris.
Yeah, and what an absolute beautiful performance right there by Fight Night's Finest. I mean, he put on a masterful performance with Mike Tyson. He went down to the body. He stayed patient. He controlled the ring. He never let Zelda get any opportunities to land big shots. He ripped to that body and was able to get that dub there. So shout out to him for putting on such a good performance.
Yeezy, I don't know why you're acting like a child, but I will just time